Well, good evening or good morning, depending on when you listen to this. This is Dr. Charles Clough from Church of Truth, Center of Awakening Consciousness, on this Memorial Day weekend. And it's good for us to be thinking about some things related to our spiritual lives again today. We all like good endings. This is going to be about good endings. But do we like good endings best if there was nothing scary, threatening, or seriously uncertain in what was going on? If there was nothing but good ending on top of good all along, wouldn't it be rather mundane, kind of normal without excitement? It is easy to fall asleep in a pleasant, rather blasé setting. Nothing puts one to sleep as fast as watching someone's slides from their last vacation. But does anyone go to sleep when the hero in a movie is at death's door? Nope. Wide awake. And what about our souls? Do our spirits become more activated and animated when our situation is uncertain and scary? We aren't sure we can make a payment, or that someone will pull through surgery. We don't fall asleep at those times. Movies, books, plays, and TV shows usually have the bad turn out good, at least for the main characters. The best good endings seem to be when we do not know how the ending is going to turn out. And for a while, it does not look like it would turn out good. But we want things to wind up so we can imagine a happy ever after. It is a good ending when a person with a common illness gets well, but it's not very exciting. A better ending is when a very sick person who possibly was not going to make it recovers and does fine. And even beyond that is when someone was not going to live and everybody knew the person was going to die. But the expected did not happen, and we call these things miracles, amazing happenings that we thank God for. There are many situations today that are in the middle of uncertainty. Many persons, many individuals, many families have stories that are being written where the end or the outcome is very uncertain. Lots of folks are apprehensive about the ending to the present predicaments, and they should be. Many societal structures are in the middle of an earthquake. Things are shaking. Does God like excitement? If not, God has a lot of explaining to do, because there are emotions of uncertainty all over the place. One father asked me, did we ask for this? How do I answer that? Some in New Thought believe everything that happens to us we have brought on ourselves. Did we bring this virus on ourselves? Or did the spiritual dimension just see we needed something like this to grow? There's a big difference in how we answer this. If we say we brought it on ourselves, it suggests we caused it. I am going to make this hurtful stuff happen to me and to those around me. Do we or did we really want to bring bad into ours or others' lives or situations? It seems much better to understand God allows us to get into situations that will be advantageous for our growth. We may not have individually caused it, but God in us will use it for ours and others' growth development, and benefit. Did an angry and punishing God bring this virus? You know, don't you, there are many out there who do believe this. They see this as God's judgment and a sign of the last times. That, of course, is not how I see it, probably not how you see it. I would much rather believe God saw this virus coming and realized it as a perfect educational opportunity to bring new awareness and thus change in the whole world, and that is happening. Do we ask for difficulty, or does life just toss it at us? Or is difficulty always or usually necessary to get our attention? It is like dodgeball used to be. The ball comes at you and you have to dodge it. The difference is we didn't ask to get into the game, but we seem to always learn from it. We are always having to deal with what is coming at us. God has promised, the Spirit knows exactly what is going on and is able to have everything eventually come out well. Do we have that confidence? God within us does, and we will too as we remember the God presence within us is in partnership with us. Whatever happens to us then happens to the God presence within us too. Boy, is that heavy and interesting to think about. As we talk about exciting endings, ones that turn out good after the not so good times in the middle, we recognize good endings can be very costly. This is Memorial Day weekend. We are remembering past wars and the very many who died for them to end. Peace that comes from a horrible war to get what we want is not a good thing in anybody's rational thinking. I remember well and incredibly clear the end of the Second World War. I was very young, but not so young I missed the joy expressed by my parents and the others out in the streets celebrating. Whooping and hollering spoke of the relief felt by everyone. But boy, did the ending come at a gigantic expense to everyone around the world. We can find good endings in a better way than wars like these, can't we? Hopefully. It is interesting that the world's battle with COVID-19 seems to be sucking up a lot of the time and energy used to hurt other people. There is a personal survival aspect going on right now where individuals and countries do not want to die from this biological invader. Even rebellious factions are fighting the same virus as it spreads through their barracks and their dormitories. As bad as this virus invader is, it is considerably better than the kind of wars people get into where they're trying to kill each other. So, maybe we are observing a phenomenon God is using for a very much better ending, one that will allow good to continue to appear everywhere. That would be just like God, wouldn't it? We live knowing there will be a very good ending. We know how it will turn out, but we don't know how it will turn out. Isn't that a perfect play on words? We know it will turn out okay, but we don't know what will happen for it to be okay. Faith grabs both of these sides and hangs on to the belief that good will be what is left when everything ends. What a pleasant thought that is. When everything plays out, goodness will be the what is left. The loving, kind, and beautiful are already winners, and we are right in the middle of that happening and working out. In fact, we know what that will be like because we're experiencing it right now. We are way ahead, a good place to be. So we thank God, and so it is.
See this long road divides the desert. Desert divides you and me. He always wants to cross the border, come live in the land of the free. Sand and dust blown onto your face as the sun beats down this drumline land. Keep on walking day after day, pictures of loved ones in your hand. Save me from this plight, take me to where I'm home. Help me see the light, take me to where I'm home. Through the mountains and all the valleys, across this land of infernal fire, hungry and tired, sore and thirsty, weary are your eyes, it's not your desire. Save me from this plight, take me to where I'm home. Help me see the light, take me to where I'm home. 'Cause I'm longing for the place I can lead a life my way, life with joy and peace, filled with love, not hate. See this long road